This week is exciting because we get to talk about who is the government. All right. We talked about what the government is, we talked about what the government does. Now get to talk about who these people are. You do remember what the government is and what the government does, don't you? Okay, all right. Well, let's do like a 20-second review. What is government? Government is a group of people that has the power to make decisions. They decide what is going to be against the law. They decide how we are going to spend our tax money. Okay, these are important decisions. Why do they get to make those decisions? We give them that power so that they can work for us. Okay, use this information to fill out part one of your worksheet. The government provides protection and services for its people. That's its job. It provides that for its citizens, and the citizens are responsible for obeying laws and paying taxes. The government makes laws, we obey the laws, and we receive protection. The government provides services, we pay taxes, and the government can keep providing services. Now, the key question for today is, who is the government? Who are these people that are protecting us, that are making laws, that are deciding what is illegal and what we're going to spend our tax money on? Who are these people? Well, the government is many different people. And to understand the different parts of the government, we need to look to the Constitution. The Constitution is like the rule book. It's the guidebook for the U.S. government. It tells us what the government is going to look like, which part does what the different parts are. And the three branches of the United States government are the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. Congratulations, you just learned the three branches of the United States government: the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. You have a chart on your worksheet that you're going to fill out to give a little bit more information about what these different branches of government do. You're going to look at, what do they do? Who are they? Where do they work? Those are essential questions. What is the branch? Who is the branch? Where does the branch work? We're going to start with the legislative branch. The legislative branch has one of the most basic jobs of the government: to make laws. Who are they? The legislative branch is made up of representatives elected by the people. Representatives are people that represent the voters. So in this big room, we have representatives from all over the country. The people from Texas voted on their representative. The people from California voted on their representative. The people from Louisiana voted on their representative. All the different states voted on a representative to go represent them in government. All those people get together and make laws that they think will protect the whole country. This picture here is showing them working in the Capitol. This is a picture of the Capitol building above. Use this information to fill out the first square in part 2 of your worksheet. The second branch of government, after the laws are made, is the executive branch. Once these laws are made, somebody has to carry them out. Somebody has to enforce them. That is the executive branch's job. The executive branch enforces laws. Who is the executive branch? The president and his cabinet. Now, cabinet's going to be a new word. The president selects a group of people. They're called his cabinet, and they are his advisors. He has to make decisions on education. He has to make decisions on war. He has to make decisions on business. And so he selects a group. He appoints a group that will give him advice on all these different decisions. All right? And we also have the governor. They're going to carry out the laws for each of their states. So Louisiana will have a governor. Texas will have a governor. They're also part of the executive branch. And the president and his cabinet work in the White House, pictured above. Use this information to fill out that second box on part 2 of your worksheet. Now, we have the legislative branch making the laws. We have the executive branch carrying out the laws. What does the judicial branch do? The judicial branch has to make sure that all these laws are based on the Constitution. Remember, the Constitution is our rule book. It sets up our government. What is the government allowed to do? What is the government not allowed to do? So the judicial branch judges laws, okay? They decide, is this law fair? Is this law not fair? What is the right punishment for this law? Now, the judicial branch is made up of judges in many different communities around the country. New Orleans has judges. They have judges in California. They have judges in Baton Rouge. They have judges in lots of different places. When there's a decision that the judges can't decide, it goes up to what is called the Supreme Court. And just like the name sounds like, they're the highest court of the land. The Supreme Court gets to make the final decision on all the decisions that the lower courts can't decide. This is a picture of the Supreme Court here. This is your government. See them sitting and standing tall. Wait, what is this guy? Hey, look forward. We're taking a picture. Okay, he's spacing out. And they work in courthouses all over the country. Now, that's who the government is. The government has to do all these different jobs. How do they get that done? Well, now we're going to talk a little bit about special powers. The people in the government have special powers that we give to them so that they can protect us. So the legislative branch has the power to make new laws so that they can make laws to protect us. Let's jump over to the executive branch and see what special powers they have. The special power that the executive branch has is the veto power. So if the president or the governor doesn't like a law that comes from the legislative branch, they may veto the law. That means that they reject the law. All right? That's a special power they have, is rejecting a law that they don't think will protect the people. Now, on your worksheet, you are going to finish part 3, which has you deciding whether you want to exercise your special power, the veto power. So you will be the president, and you will have laws put before you, and you'll decide, do I want to sign this law and make it a new law and approve it? Or do I want to veto the law and say, no, this law is not fair? Finish part 3 of your worksheet, then finish the exit ticket, and we'll see you tomorrow to talk more about who is the government.